Hey guys, Tech Guy Charlie here and welcome to the channel. So in this video, I'm gonna show you some of the top best features of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Also, there are plenty of videos on the channel about Samsung Galaxy smartphones, including a tutorial about the camera of the S22 Ultra. So do make sure that you are subscribed. And as always, the link to the wallpaper and the timestamps are in the video's description. Alright, let's start. So the S22 Ultra is essentially a Galaxy Note. This means you get the same S Pen that you used to with the Galaxy Note series. And let me tell you, the S Pen is more than just a simple stylus for your smartphone. Allow me to demonstrate. So if you press and hold the button on the S Pen, that's gonna launch the camera. And now you can use the S Pen to control the camera. So press the button and the camera will take a photo. Flick the S Pen up to switch the cameras and flick it down to switch back to the rear camera. And you can even change the camera modes by flicking your S Pen from right to left and from left to right. And using the same method, you can also use the S Pen to do slideshows in the gallery. And you can even use the S Pen to navigate through your phone. Let me show you this feature in a little bit more detail. So drop down the notification panel and go to settings. Then scroll down to advanced features. Tap on S Pen and Air Actions. So here you've got something called Anywhere Actions. And if you take a look over here, these S Pen gestures correspond to the navigation icons at the bottom of the screen. So if I press and hold the button on the S Pen and do the back gesture, that takes us to the previous screen. The home gesture takes us to the home screen, and finally the recents gesture opens up the recents screen. This is amazing, right? Now there are two more gestures available. Doing this bottom and up gesture opens up the Smart Select screenshot tool. And if you scribble the S Pen, the phone will take a screenshot and allow you to write on the screenshot that it has just taken. By the way, you can customize these. You can just tap on a particular gesture and select something else from over here. And you can even configure this to launch a particular app. So now that we have set WhatsApp, if I press and hold the button and scribble the S Pen, that's gonna launch WhatsApp. So there are infinite possibilities when it comes to customization of the S Pen. You can also extract text out of photos using the Smart Select feature of the S Pen. So here is a photo with some text in it. So take your S Pen out and from this menu tap on Smart Select. Now just highlight the area of the image that contains text. Once you are done, tap on the T button on this bottom row. And you will see that the phone extracts the text out of the photo, which you can copy and paste wherever you want because this is just plain simple text. This is such a powerful feature and I think you guys are gonna absolutely love this. Oh, and if you remove the S Pen while the screen is off, this activates a feature called the Screen Off Memo. And this allows you to take notes without waking your phone up. So you can take the S Pen out and start writing on the screen right away. Extremely useful, and if you want, you can even change the colors by tapping over here and selecting a different color. Such a useful feature. So I kinda had to switch the lights off to show you this feature, but you might have noticed that even though the screen is set to the minimum brightness, it is still fairly bright. And when you use your phone at night, when it is completely dark in your room, even this much brightness kinda hurts the eyes. So to make the screen even dimmer than what you can get with minimum brightness, you can enable a feature called Extra Dim. So what you wanna do is drop down the notification panel and look for Extra Dim and turn this feature on. And you will notice that the screen dims even further. It's actually even dimmer than the minimum brightness you can set manually using this slider. Now, if you don't have the Extra Dim toggle in the quick panel, then you will have to press on this plus button and drag and drop the Extra Dim feature from the available buttons down over here. And there you go. Now you've got Extra Dim toggle in the quick panel. Now, if you long press, that will take you to more settings from where you can change the intensity, and higher the intensity, the dimmer the screen is gonna be. So you gotta tune the Extra Dim according to your liking. Sometimes you can end up taking photos that's got a nasty shadow in them. For example, this photo has a shadow here and that kinda makes the photo unusable because the shadow is quite distracting. But did you know you can actually get rid of the shadow using nothing but the built-in photo editor? So what you want to do is open the photo that you want to erase the shadow from, tap the pencil icon to open up the picture in the photo editor, then tap on these three dots and select Object Eraser tool. So here tap on Erase Shadows, and as you can see, the phone will get rid of the shadows from the photo. And to be honest, the photo looks much better now. So this was before and after, big difference. And along with the shadow eraser tool, you've also got the reflection eraser tool. So if you've got a photo with reflections in them, you can easily get rid of those by tapping on erase reflections. And bam, there you go. That erased all of the reflections from the glass. It actually looks like the glass isn't even there. So this was before and after, Fantastic. And lastly, you can also erase unwanted objects from your photos. So in the object eraser itself, draw a circle around the object that you want to get rid of. We are going to get rid of this Jeep, so I will draw a circle around this. Once you are done, tap on erase. And there you go, that Jeep has disappeared. Now, it is not perfect, you can definitely tell that something used to be here in the photo. But still, I think this is awesome, and the built-in photo editor is one of the most underrated features of this phone. In the photo editor, tapping on this icon brings up a feature called light balance. This feature makes the photos a little brighter without losing any details. This is a little different compared to brightness. If you just increase the brightness, the image will lose its details, which does not happen if you adjust the light balance setting. So this is such a powerful image editing tool. I absolutely love this. You've also got the spot color tool, and this enables you to color specific parts of a photograph. This makes the photo look really cool. Sometimes you might accidentally end up moving the icons or the widgets on the home screen, especially if you've got clumsy hands like mine. This actually happens a lot to me and it is annoying. So if you want to prevent this from happening, pinch in on the home screen and go to the home screen settings and turn this feature on which says lock home screen layout, and this will lock the widgets and the icons in their place. Very useful if you have spent a lot of time creating the perfect home screen. Oh, and by the way, I've got a home screen tutorial on the channel, so if you want to create a home screen which is similar to mine, you might want to check this video out. I will put the link in this video's description. Did you guys know that if you tap on the clock that appears on the lock screen, that opens up the lock screen widgets? So you've got the music player, weather, calendar, alarms, digital well-being, and the sound recorder widget that lets you record audio directly from the lock screen without unlocking your phone. How awesome is that? And if you want to customize these, tap on settings and you can turn them on and off individually and even change their order according to your liking. Now, the best part is that you can also view these widgets on the always on display. So make sure always on display is turned on. In our case, it is. So on the always on display, double tap on the clock and swipe down. And this opens up the always on display widgets. It is the same thing as the lock screen widgets, but these appear on the always on display. And I think these are extremely useful. You can also have the phone identify simple things in your photos. For example, the phone is able to identify different breeds of dogs and various types of flowers. This feature is actually very useful. Let me show you how it works. So open the gallery and select a photo in which you want to identify stuff. For example, let's have the phone identify the breed of this dog. All you have to do is tap on this I button at the top right hand corner of the screen. The phone is going to scan the photo and tell you the breed of this dog. There you go. So this is a beagle. Now let's try a flower. So I have no idea what kind of a flower this is, but the phone is able to identify this and throw up more information about it. And you can actually tap here to go to Wikipedia to read more information about it. This is such an awesome feature, right? Oh, and here's a fun fact. You can actually search for photos inside the gallery using the built-in search engine of the phone. So let's open up the app drawer and tap here. So check this out. I'm gonna type dog and the phone is gonna show us pictures of dogs that are in the gallery. Awesome, right? And if I type flower, it's gonna throw up pictures and videos of flowers that are in the gallery. And to be more specific, I'm gonna type in the name of a flower. For example, let's type in hibiscus. And there you go, it's now showing us pictures of the hibiscus flower that are in the gallery. That is actually quite impressive. I stumbled upon this accidentally and I find this feature to be quite useful. And speaking of gallery, one setting that you should enable is full screen scrolling. So open gallery, tap on these three lines and then select settings. Over here, enable full screen scrolling. So after enabling this, you will be able to scroll in full screen through your gallery. It just makes the gallery look super cool. If you want to see a note that you have created on your home screen, maybe it is something important that you have created and you don't want to forget, such as this list of groceries. So if you want a note to be on your home screen, pinch in and tap on widgets. Look for Samsung Notes and select the single note widget and tap on add. Now pick the note that you want to see on the home screen. So this is the one and bam, there you go. And now we can resize this and place it somewhere more convenient. Let's also make the widget a little transparent. We will set this to black and reduce the transparency to about 40%. So this way you can pin your important notes right on the home screen. If you want to see a brand new, stunning wallpaper every time you wake your phone up, then you might want to turn on something called the dynamic lock screen. And this feature gives you some of the best high-resolution wallpapers for your Galaxy S22 Ultra. Let me show you how to set this thing up. So pinch in on your home screen, then tap on Wallpapers. Then tap on Lock Screen Wallpaper Services, select Dynamic Lock Screen, and hit the gear button. Okay, so here you have a couple of categories, so just select whatever you like. You can actually select up to 5 different categories. And by the way, Samsung will update these every 2 weeks. This way you will get a fresh set of wallpapers every few weeks for your lock screen. And that's it. Now you can exit out of the settings. So now, whenever you wake your phone up, you will be greeted with a brand new lock screen wallpaper. And if you want to see more wallpapers, you can just swipe from right to left. And no joke, these are proper high resolution beautiful wallpapers. They do look stunning on the S22 Ultra. You can also change the background of the screen that appears whenever you make or receive a phone call. You can set a custom video or a still image. The way you change the background is actually quite simple. So open up the dialer, press on these 3 dots and then select settings. Here, tap on Call Background. Here you have 2 options. You can also change the layout if you want. So this is the second layout. But to change the background, tap on Background. Now there are a few pre-installed backgrounds, but since we want to select our very own, we're gonna tap on the plus button and pick one from the gallery. Now it says that the video is too long and large and we have to crop by pressing on this icon. So do this first and the phone will trim the video accordingly. By the way, you also get the option to use the video sound as the ringtone. Finally, tap on Set as Call Background and you are done. So now, whenever you make or receive a phone call, the video is gonna play. Or if you set a still image, the phone is gonna show a still image. So these are awesome customization tools on Samsung Galaxy smartphones. There is an awesome speech-to-text tool which is built right into the Galaxy S22 Ultra. And as you can see, it converts the spoken words into plain simple text, which makes it very easy to write super long messages or to create lengthy notes. And once you are done, you can actually copy this text and paste it wherever you like. Let me show you how to use this feature. So this feature is called Live Transcribe and you can find this in the settings. So go to settings, scroll all the way down to accessibility, then tap on hearing enhancements, then tap on Live Transcribe, then tap on Open Live Transcribe. So this is the app that converts the spoken words into plain simple text. And you can long press, select and tap on copy to copy the text and paste it wherever you want. So we can paste this in Samsung Notes. So this makes it very easy to type super long messages. Samsung Galaxy smartphones have a feature called the Always On display, and this shows you the time, music information and notifications while the screen is turned off, which is very useful. But if you want to make full use of the always on display, then you have to customize it. Let me walk you through how it's done. So drop down the notification panel, go to settings and scroll down to lock screen. Then tap on always on display. So first, you've got the 4 different always on display modes. By default, the phone will be set to the first one. That is, you have to tap on the screen to see the clock. The second one is show always, meaning the clock will always be displayed when the screen is off. This obviously consumes more battery, but it does make the phone look cool. The third one lets you set a schedule for when the always on display should be turned on and off. And finally, the fourth option displays the clock only when the phone receives a new notification. So if I send a text message onto this phone, you will see that the always on display will come on and it will stay on until I manually dismiss the notification. Now the always on display will stay off until the phone receives a new notification. And lastly, if you want to see the music information along with the clock, then enable show music information. Now, if you would like to customize the clock that appears on the always on display, then tap on clock style. Here you've got a set of clocks that you can pick, and you can even set a calendar as your always on display, and obviously change its color. Now, if you want an image or something more interesting, then tap on image clock. The first option lets you set a sticker as your always on display. You can even set your Bitmoji from over here. But the best part is that you can download more always on displays by tapping on themes. And this will take you to the Galaxy store from where you can download plenty of always on displays. Now unfortunately, as you can see, most of these always on displays are not free. So what I like to do is go back to stickers, tap on the plus button and download free stickers from over here. And there are tons and tons of free stickers available on the Galaxy store. So stickers seems like a better option compared to always on display themes. And some of these are really nice. Oh, and this thing around the edges of the screen is called the edge lighting. I have actually explained how to set this thing up in the first 20 things that you should do video, but if you want to tinker with this setting, you can find this in the notifications then brief pop-up settings. Just make sure that the edge lighting style is set to glitter, and in the advanced settings, change the width from narrow to wide and duration from short to long. Also make sure that the notification pop-up style is set to brief and that it is actually turned on for individual applications from over here. And that's it. Now the phone will light up the edges of the screen whenever the phone gets a new notification. Alright, so I guess that's pretty much all there is to it. Now there are many features on this phone which I would like to talk about, but I will be making a separate video where I will show you the hidden or less known features that are on this phone. But for now, we are going to stop here. Thank you for watching, and if you have enjoyed, subscribe to the channel.